Hey there, it is Crystal Lopez from crystalincome.com. How are you? I hope you are having an amazing day. All right, today I'm going to bring you through what a morning of making coffee is like. It is how I start my morning. And then we're going to get ready together, and then I'm going to give you a look at our homeschool room and what that is like for a work at home mom. Look at how beautiful that is. So that is the crema that Lenny was talking about, that the fresher the coffee beans are, the fresher the roast of the coffee beans, then the more of that crema that you're going to have on top. and boy, does it make a difference. So that coffee that I picked up at a local coffee shop where everything is roasted just an hour from our house, it's pretty fresh, right? Isn't that amazing? It is so good. It does make such a difference. This is really good. You leaving?
Yeah, I'll be back.
Can you say good morning?
Good morning.
Say good morning to the camera.
Good morning. Good morning. It's like one of those commercials for Folgers crystals.
Folgers crystals.
Was it Folgers?
Mm.
Yeah.
Folgers has the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Part of weekend.
But who had the coffee crystals? It would have been one of the...
See this? All
So-
that is? I know what that is. I can smell it.
you don't
It has
like...
vanilla. It has evaporated milk. Just like tres leches, you know?
Mm-hmm. So he doesn't like coffee.
Yeah.
You don't like it. He doesn't like the way it makes him feel. He'll drink it from time to time. But
I love the smell. It smells so good.
for a man that doesn't like coffee, he has become this connoisseur of all the things associated with coffee. I could have lived the rest of my life with just a regular coffee pot, but now I'm spoiled and I want this. Like, I'm so glad I learned how to use it.
Me
But
too. I'm glad.
so that place that I was telling you about that you saw in another video where we went and had their coffee, you can buy their coffee beans. And this season is the first time I've ever bought their coffee beans. And I was amazed at how when I brought the coffee beans home and ground them and then made them, how much of that foam cream was on top. And I was telling Lenny about it and he's like, I've researched all of that. That is actually, why don't you tell him? What does that mean?
Creamer?
It's called crema. And what does it mean?
It's golden brown. It's just the extraction from the bean itself, and it comes out. The fresher it is, the more golden and beautiful. You know, the taste, the flavor is just rich, and you could tell when it's old stuff. It barely does anything, or you know, and that's what gives it the natural sugars in it too.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know, about early in the fall, I finally embraced when my coffee pot was not doing as great. And I felt like it was getting sludgy. Everybody else was like, it's fine. I don't know. Maybe I was just spoiled to how great the coffee was, because he was making me coffee out of this espresso machine. And then he would make coffee for people that would come over too. And finally, I guess it was in October, I said, maybe September, I said, teach me how to use this. And so first, all of the foaming and all of that was just, while I love it, it was too much for me to remember and figure out. I have to slowly learn something. So he taught me how to make an Americano, which is just coffee with water. well, espresso with water, basically, right? And I did that for a while, and then I would add my creamer, and I'm like, oh, this is just like a regular coffee, but better. And then I'm like, okay, I'm ready to learn how to foam the milk and all of that. It's just a lot of buttons. I mean, I do a lot of tech stuff. Well, I don't do a lot of tech stuff, but I can run a business that's all online stuff. I can run a website. I can run a team of people, but give me something with a bunch of buttons and I'm afraid I'm going to blow it up, or I'm going to make it explode. Like, you know, it's a lot. So finally, I slow and steady wins the race. I finally learned how to do it. And I guess for about 3 or 4 months now. Are you leaving?
Yeah.
I love you. How long will you be gone?
Just gonna get on the roof and look at that stuff.
Are we going to try to get out of town today?
Yeah.
Okay. Be safe. Love you. And now I don't want coffee any other way. Like, this is amazing. And I had been grinding my own coffee beans and putting them in my traditional coffee pot. But to have them as espresso and then put into a coffee like this with fresh steamed milk, it is so, so good. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do today is I'm still on a long break from my, coaching business. Like, obviously I'm still running my team for my blog, crystalandcomp.com, and all of that work is, you know, my team does all the work. I've got people that create printables. I have people that write content. I have people that photograph content. I have people that edit photographs. I had a person that photographed recipes. I give them my recipes, or they're reshooting recipes from my site, or I have them develop recipes. I had somebody doing that for the last 2 years, I guess, and she has gone back to the medical field to work, and so I'm in the process of testing a new food recipe creator and photographer. I don't know if you guys know all that goes into running a blog, but honestly, as much as all that sounds, all of that runs like a well-oiled machine and probably only takes about 10 hours of my time a week. I look at the content before it goes live. I get everybody their work each week. You know, I've got one person that creates content for Amazon stuff. So when you guys get those deals, that is, the current Amazon deals, I send that out every single week. There is somebody that's doing all of that. There is someone that's making images for Facebook. There is somebody who's posting stuff on Facebook. Like, all of that, I just have to manage it, right? I'm on a break right now from our coaching company, and our coaching business, which is something that I co-own with my friend Kelly. She and I have been teaching bloggers for over a decade. We're probably at, like, Matthew was a baby and Matthew's 14 now. She and I have been teaching people about blogging for a very long time. She was my original mentor. Her name is Kelly. She lives in Alabama, and her blog is 3boysandadog.com. And she was my original mentor, helped me grow. And then I grew my blog pretty big. And then together we just started kind of learning from each other and sharing things with each other. And then we started helping others. For a long time, we helped people for free, way back in the Google Plus Hangout days. This is not what I planned on talking to you about today, but here we are. Anyway, and then we eventually created a membership, and, you know, and then we went on to offering a full-on coaching, business coaching company. And so we coach bloggers that, a lot of them are already making 6 figures or are very close to 6 figures. Some of them are approaching 7 figures. They are probably some of the top sites that you read in all the niches, like food, kids activities, travel, home DIY, all the things, education. Anyway, so that business takes a lot of our time, and we have been on a break since the Wednesday before Christmas, and we don't go back to work on that until Monday. So we have been off 2 weeks today. So it's like a little over 2 weeks. And all I can tell you is it has been amazing. I love doing it. I love all of the work. I love having my hands in people's businesses. I love seeing people grow. I love growing businesses bigger than my business, like growing them to that point. It is so rewarding. It is so fun. I love the relationships that we build, but it's a lot of work. It is a lot of work. And that is part of why I finally had to move my kids to online homeschool, because I was too many things. And so I fought it for a while. We've done Sunlight since the beginning. We've had years where we've done amazing, and we've had years where we haven't done so great. And Sunlight is literature heavy, and it requires a lot of mom managing a lot of things, right? I love it. I love Sunlight. It took a lot for me to decide that it was time to move on. And actually, I think that it's a fantastic homeschooling program if anybody is interested in it. I'm not an affiliate, but I'm just telling you, we used it forever. But my good friend, Kim, who lives in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, we've been friends. They were the ones that we saw at Halloween when we went up to Dallas for Halloween. Our kids have been friends, our older kids. She has kids in their 20s, and we have kids in their 20s. And those kids in their 20s have been friends with her kids since they were little. I mean, I've known her oldest son, who is 27 now and has kids of his own. I've known him since he was just born. Like, that's when I met her. He was days or weeks old. Anyway, I'm telling you all of that because she was my person that I called and said, well, messaged. We do a lot of Marco Poloing and messaging on Facebook. And then we see each other when we go to Dallas, or she's made the trip here before too. I was like, I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. It's literally keeping me awake. Like, I would wake up in the middle of the night thinking, oh my gosh, I am failing at this. Like, it was a lot. And so she really helped me walk through that and figure out, just emotionally, mentally, and solution-wise, figuring out what to do. And so my older boys, I moved them to online high school. I guess it's been 6, 7, 8 months ago, maybe a little longer. And then I was like, okay, I can keep doing Sunlight with the little kids. And it just still wasn't working. And so I had to find online for them as well. And it was a hard decision because I still want to be very involved. And so with my limited time, right? So, and homeschool's kind of always been my thing. Lenny has helped here and there. He'll make sure that they're doing this or whatever, but it's kind of my thing, I don't know. That's just the way we've always done it. And so, and I want it to be my thing, but I need to be able to manage lots of things at one time as well, right? So, all of that to say, I have moved Jack and Luke Henry the end of October, beginning of November. We moved them to online school, and it is not through the state. It is, so none of the online homeschooling that we're doing is through the state at all. So I get to do it my way still. And there's no standardized testing or any of that, which I have very passionate feelings about all of that. Anyway, so I was going to kind of walk you through a little bit of what it's like kind of getting their stuff together for their homeschool week, homeschool day for the little kids, and kind of show you their area. And, I get their work together for them each day, and then they log in and they work through the calendar every day. And they've got, their worksheets are there. If they're working on a special project, the tools are there. I kind of get all of that out for them. And then they know where to put things when they're done so that I can grade them. And then there's a grading system in this online portal. And, every few days I go in and grade stuff. I'm constantly making sure that they are, are you grasping what's going on here? If they're not grasping what's happening and what they're learning, then, let's do a little bit more review on this. I was nervous about moving to an online homeschool because I worried that I wouldn't have that, that control, so to speak. I want to make sure that if I need to slow things down, I can slow things down for them. And if we need to speed things up, we can speed things up. And if we've got this and we need to skip it, we can skip it, right? I am their parent. So, anyway, it's been great. Now, it should take them 2.5 to 3 hours to do their schoolwork at this age, because it's just them, right? It's not a classroom of 25 people. But it is taking them a lot longer because they are very easily distracted and they want a lot of breaks. So, for example, their reading lesson, reading, handwriting, and phonics is their first class each day. You get to order it however you want. And we eat the frog around here. So we put the hardest one first. And it's an hour-long video with multiple worksheets for them to do. And sometimes a project and some handwriting, story writing, and things like that. And it takes them a long time. They want lots of breaks, which I get it. I'm trying to be flexible. I'm understanding and flexible, but also I really don't want it taking 8 hours for them to do their schoolwork. On the flip side of that, if it does take them 8 hours, at least it's 8 hours of learning and not 8 hours of YouTube, right? Can I get an amen? Seriously. So, anyway, that's where we're at. I'm going to show you some of that, let you see what that looks like. I just wanted to show you my morning coffee, and I wanted to show you how amazing it is when you can get freshly roasted. The fresher the roast, the more beautiful that cream is going to be on top of your espresso. So good. I'm spoiled. I love it. And if you have a place near you that makes that roasts their own coffee, like this coffee here, Summer Moon, it's here in Texas, and everything is done in Austin. All of their roasting is done in Austin. So that's like an hour from me. That Ruta Maya that I get at Costco, that's excellent. It has a pretty good cream on top as well. It is roasted in Austin as well, but it goes through the process of going to Costco and all that. So I'm sure it's a little more delayed in the freshness compared to something like this that is made in Austin and then sent to the local coffee shop, right? Anyway, so good. Okay, I'm still drinking out of my Christmas coffee cup. Got this at Home Goods, and it is so cute. I hardly ever go into Home Goods, but I went in there right before Thanksgiving and did some moseying around and found this. My mom was coming to town, and I got her a fall coffee cup and a Christmas coffee cup, and me a fall coffee cup and a Christmas coffee cup. My mom and I like to have coffee together in the mornings when she's here, when she's visiting. So I love this cup. I think it is so vintage and so cute. Anyway, here's my coffee. When I go up to the homeschool room, it is still decorated for Christmas. So just have that in mind. I'm not good at getting all the decorations down in an expedient way. I probably should be doing that this week while I still have some time, but I enjoy other things. So it'll get done. It just isn't going to get done at this moment. All right, guys, let me show you the homeschool stuff. Okay, so I changed my mind. I needed to take a shower. I watched back some of what I recorded, and I looked like a hot mess. So I decided to take a shower and get ready for the day. And then later I will show you, as soon as I'm done getting ready, I will show you the homeschool room. So it actually ends up being a little later in the day. But this is just my makeup routine, whether I'm getting ready for my work day. I don't wear makeup every day, but if I'm getting out of the house, I try really hard to put some on. Otherwise, I'll wear tinted moisturizer and just go El Natural. But I start with a concealer And I've got some good brushes, and then I do my foundation, which I use It Cosmetics foundation. My concealer is Tarte, I think. Shape Tape, maybe. I like to put it under my eyes, just, certain areas. Then I have a cream bronzer, and that's what that is. Is it a bronzer? No, that's a contour. I don't know the names for all of it. I just know what I do. I am not professionally trained on makeup at all, but I use my good brushes, get it all mixed in. I also use a cream. Blush and cream eyeshadow. I'll show you all of it.
When I go with confidence, when I go with roll like hips and take a sip on it, take a trip on it. When I go, you can go slow, wind it up all night. Baby, take your time, let me know I want. When you turn me around, I want. When the neighbors yell turn down, we keep it going like bum bum bum. Throw it back then rotation. Cigarettes and the season. Shine bright as that season. Girl, you know you are a jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Jam, 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time.
So I accidentally messed up the focus when I put the camera or my phone back, and I didn't realize that I had messed it up. So the rest of this makeup is not going to be in focus, but you get the idea, and you can kind of see what I use and how I try really hard to make it all come together quickly. Maybe I use more products than what you're using, but I try to make it look as natural as possible and using things to just highlight and complement and without it looking caked on, and get through it as quickly as possible. And this Bobbi Brown stuff, so I've got their pressed powder, their bronzer, or I'm sorry, their highlighter, that's the highlighter. And I've got the blush is amazing. The pressed powder is amazing. Kids are on the other side of the door asking me questions. They're supposed to be packing and getting ready. What else do I have? I have the crayon eye shadows. It's a great line. It really is. It's a great line of products. I really, really like it. And I was using their tinted moisturizer. That's what I got started on, was their tinted moisturizer with SPF. And then they changed, by the time I finished my first tube, they changed their, I don't know if it's the formula, but the packaging. So now instead of just light, medium, whatever, now it's warm yellow, warm, I don't know, too much for me. So now I use NARS tinted moisturizer, and it has a higher SPF. So if I'm not wearing makeup, then I just do my face routine. And when it comes to the moisturizer, I use tinted moisturizer instead of regular plain Jane moisturizer. Okay, so I use quite a few things on my eyelashes. Number one, that is Benefit's primer, prime mascara, or it's really a prime tint. It's not mascara. It's a light brown, or I guess it's a dark brown. That's what I use first on my lashes. Now, sometimes I will buy, Lancome has this, it's a white tube, and the actual concoction of stuff is white, and it's like for nourishing. Sometimes I'll put that on before I put the tinter on, but then that's just one more thing, right? So, and they were out of stock for a long time, so I kind of got out of the habit of using it. But also, if you make a mistake when you're doing your mascara, I know some people do mascara before they do their eyeshadows, but if you make a mistake when you're doing your mascara and it gets on your eyeshadow, just take a tiny, tiny bit of foundation, or you could use a tiny dab of concealer, put it on a concealer brush and like thin it out on your hand, on the back of your hand, you know, rub it back and forth till it's just real thin. And it like, you just dab it in the spots where you got mascara and it erases it. It's pretty cool. So now on top of the tinted eyelash, whatever, I put, this is the Sky High mascara, which it's a very cheap mascara. I think I paid $12 or under it, maybe $10 or under. I like the wand on it because it's super small and it's really great for bottom lashes, and it's a really great base coat of mascara on your lashes, especially if you don't have a lot. I do not have a ton of lashes. I'm not, I don't know. I even struggled with false eyelashes. There just weren't as many lashes to attach to. So that thin wand is really good for my eyelashes, especially the bottom. And then this Lancome that I'm putting on here, I love the formula and I love the shape of the brush, and it just helps to lift my lashes, what little bit of lashes I do have. So here's how my makeup looks, all done. And now we're gonna do my hair. Super easy. Right, are you ready to talk about the homeschool area? Let's dive into it now. Here is what our homeschool area looks like. For years, we did homeschooling at the kitchen table, and I moved everything up to our loft when we moved to online homeschooling, and I wish that, well, I moved the little kids to the loft. I wish that I had done this a long time ago. So here's how our current setup looks. Both little kids have their own desk. They have headphones so that they're not interrupting each other or disturbing each other, and they don't have to go at the same pace. They both get to go at their own pace. So I had this chalkboard for years. Like when we lived in our old house, this chalkboard was in our dining room because we did our homeschooling at the kitchen table. And I've gone through phases of not using it. I've gone through phases of using it. Here we are. So these posters here, I just recently ordered them in the last couple of months. I just ordered a pack on Amazon, and we like having this. So need to move that to Thursday. We've got our little clock. So actually this big map and this map I've had since we started homeschooling. They came in our Sunlight stuff and I've had them forever. I just added them to the loft when we first moved here, actually. Anyway, here is some more of these little posters. They're just good posters to have. They're mostly for the little kids. And then this is something I bought at the Dollar Tree a long time ago. It's the Declaration of Independence and the Bill of Rights. So let me show you more about how this works for us. So they have, each of them get to log in. They each have their own daily lesson set up here. So this is where we left off before we went on break for Christmas. But they can go in here, they can look at it from multiple different views. They've got their subjects here and they watch the video and it tells them everything that they need to do. And they check them off as they go, and then they keep going for the whole day. This is phonics and reading, spelling, math, heritage studies, which is basically social studies, and science. If they don't mark it off, it shows it as late. But super easy to use. The video is here. They watch the video. The reading one, the reading and phonics, is typically an hour long, and this is the one that they struggle with. But then as their mom, I can log in and I can choose my person and go in here and see it's telling me, oh, these things are late. You know, did they not mark it off? We can go and have a chat and figure out what's going on with it. I can see their grade book by the person and see how things are going. Plus I have to, it tells me here what assignments need to be graded. And so I go in and plug in the grades for the things that need to be graded. So it's super easy to use. I love that they get to be responsible for their own learning. Each kid has their little clipboard here, and in the morning, either I'll do it the night before or I'll do it early in the morning. I come in and put all of their worksheets here that need, I check the system to see what worksheets they're gonna need for the day. I put them all here so that they don't have to deal with getting out all the workbooks. And then any books that have reading that go along with them, I grab those, and typically I will put a, a bookmark in here so that they know where to come to. Looks like the bookmarks. Oh, here's a bookmark right here. I just use the index card, put it in here. So if there's a lesson that they need to read that goes along with the worksheet, then that workbook is here for them. And then they know which video to watch. So then when they're done, so you'll notice they each have their own little area with their supplies. We just got new colored pencils, markers, and crayons because, you know, as time goes on, you start to, things get lost, things get broken, right? So Luke Henry put all of his, this is actually a Pampered Chef utensil holder, and I don't need it anymore, and so I'm using it for, it's actually a great supply holder. But anyway, all of their supplies, they each have their own supplies, and then these are their little baskets. They both have one of these, which is just extra manipulatives. There are different lessons that require these cubes or that require the clock, whatever. And then these baskets can either stay on their desk or go in our homeschool closet, which I'll show you in a minute. But this is what I'm talking about. Random lid left off of a marker. This marker is probably no good anymore because, so we go through some supplies pretty quickly. Not quickly, but they have to be replaced every, 6 months or so. Anyway, so over here is where I hold on to all of the workbooks and their completed work. So I've just got my little basket here that's like where I've cut these up into strips so we can use them as bookmarks. It has my chalk, which I really don't need a ton of chalk. Like once a day I have to write something up there for them. Or do a dot markers, just quick things that we use often. Some tape, a Christmas card, pencil sharpener, stapler, because we do need that from time to time for little books that they may create. Things get put in here that shouldn't be in here. Here's another little stapler. Anyway, these, and they put a staple in this, but these are their sight words that they're working on right now based on the curriculum. It will tell me there's like a video for mom, and then things that, once a day or once a week I can check and say, okay, they're going to be working on, they call them service words, but they're going to be working on these sight words. So I'll make sure that they have cards in here for those so that they can reference them if need be. And then this is just like where our construction paper goes. And this is all of their completed work so far. That's Jack's. This is Luke Henry's. That's graded work that I need to put into a tub somewhere, probably in our homeschool closet, just to hold on to it. And then I've got construction paper, notebook paper, which we really don't use at their age right now. And then these are actually some printables from my site, just extra things in case there's downtime, but so far we haven't needed them. So then these shelves here, left is Jack, right is Luke Henry. This is actually where their books are stored and also where they put their work that's waiting for me to grade it. So here is, so these are the worksheets. Activities is the worksheet. So I will come in and pull the worksheet from here. And then there is, if there's something that they have to read, I've got it marked in this book, and then their workbook is on, or their worksheet page is on their clipboard. And then when they're done with their worksheet and waiting for me to grade it, it goes here in this top drawer waiting for me. Each subject is in its own drawer. So this is their math. So I just come in, pull the worksheet that they need, and then for manipulatives, the way that this curriculum has worked, they've put all the manipulatives in a pack like this. So I come in and punch the things out that are needed, like these number cards, which some of this stuff, I've got flashcards. I've got all of this from years of homeschooling. But this is how this curriculum does it. Here's the science workbook. So again, the activity means that it's a worksheet. I come in and pull the worksheet that they need and have it on their clipboard. Here's the spelling. So our spelling didn't start right away. It didn't start till like the 3rd or 4th week. And so we're just now getting started with spelling. And then we've got phonics, and we've got handwriting and reading. And then when they complete their work that's on their worksheet, they mark it off, or that's on their clipboard, they mark it off. And then they come over and put it in their top drawer so that I can grade it. And then I will I don't grade every day, but like once a week, I'll come in and grade things. And then I can see, okay, we're still struggling here. You know, let's talk about this, or great, you're doing so good. I probably grade it more than once a week, but I don't do it every day, maybe twice a week. And then all of Luke Henry's is on the right-hand side. So there you have it. These binders are extra consumable printables that go with some of the lessons that are not in the workbook. That's Luke Henry's, and then this one is Jack's. It really takes very, very little prepping from me. I will kind of go ahead, like a week ahead, and just see, are there any items that we might need for like science. If they need a scale and we don't have a scale, or things of that nature, I know that I need to order that on Amazon and have it delivered. This is our homeschool closet. It's actually a linen closet that I have turned into a homeschool closet. We use sunlight for years, so I've got, this is not even all, this is just a very small amount of sunlight stuff. I've got boxes and boxes that I need to, I guess I don't really need to put it in here at this point, but we've got lots. Anyway, these are some extra workbooks and things that we have just from homeschooling for so many years. These are math manipulatives that are Horizon brand, that are from when we did Sunlight. So I'll pull from this stuff sometimes, like my little clocks I pulled from here. This can actually be donated because we have a piano now. I should really donate that and get it out of the way. But I have things in here like our balancing scale. This is something that I didn't have, and I, read ahead to see what's coming up, and then I can order it on Amazon real quick and make sure that it's here. Like this is a thermostat. This is a thermometer, and we needed a thermometer for one of our upcoming lessons. And luckily I had a couple of them because I had science manipulatives from our years of doing science. So I had a couple of those. They needed a measuring cup, got this from the kitchen, just that kind of stuff. They needed for one project, they needed coffee filters, so I had those. This I don't think is working anymore and probably needs to go. But this is a box of little readers that I bought from, it's busted, but I bought it from Costco a couple of years ago, and they're great little readers. And this is just extra stuff that they can work on when they have downtime. Not that they have a lot of downtime right now, because we're getting in the groove still. Like I was telling you, it's taking them a lot longer just because they're easily distracted. We keep some of our board games in here. Actually, this is something I need to take to my grandson that I bought him. We've got educational games. I have all kinds of stuff. Guys, I've been a mom for a long time. Some of these things are from when my 24-year-old was little. Like I think this game right here, I don't know. I've got lots of stuff. Lots and lots and lots of stuff. Here's just an extra little pocket holder that holds extra pencils. If you're a homeschool parent, you're constantly buying this kind of stuff. Here are some marbles that we need for an upcoming project that I grabbed. pipe cleaners were needed for a project. These were needed for a project. You just accumulate this kind of stuff, right? It was cheaper to buy the Texas flag in these little packs than to buy just 2 individual. Anyway, so there you have it. That's what it looks like. So there you have it, guys. That is just a quick little look, like an introduction to what my mornings look like, most mornings, and just kind of what it looks like to be a homeschool mom. Look, I still have Christmas stuff up. A homeschool mom that is also a working mom. This is just kind of what our routine looks like and what life looks like right now for our family. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this has been helpful on some level for you guys who might be work-at-home moms or moms wanting to work from home, or just wondering, you know, what daily routines are like for moms out there or parents out there. All right, guys, thank you for watching, and I'm about to fall off this chair. We will see you in the next video. All right, bye, guys.